Jibro, Father James with Deacon Hank.
Hey.
Taking this one on the road. Normally we are in our man cave in the rectory, but now we are in the church of St. Juliana. I thought we'd do a little walking tour, talk about the stained glass windows. Deacon Hank is walking with his hands behind his back like he's a professor. Also, the cleaners are in the rectory right now, so we had to leave. But one thing that came to my mind as we're looking at these tall, beautiful, bright windows in the church are the animals and plants. A lot of animals and plants in the windows. So maybe friends, if you're St. Francis, right? The confirmation saint. If you can picture in your mind the windows, maybe you can also go on our website if you need a visual image. So let's start with the one closest to the organ, which has a few animals. What's at the top there, Deacon Hank?
That would be a pelican, a mother pelican with her baby birds.
And what's this, the significance of the pelican?
So the pelican they take from Greek mythology and such. In nature, the pelican mother is willing to wound herself if her babies are starving and to let them drink her blood for nourishment.
She stabs her breast with her beak. And so if you look closely at the stained glass window pelican, there's like a little red droplet in the middle of her chest, and the baby pelicans are feeding. A pelican is often pictured in churches as a symbol of the Eucharist. Obviously, Jesus feeds us with his blood as well. And then right below the pelican, there's something in like a box. First, it looks like a cookie, and then what's in that box there?
Little lamb?
Oh, I thought it was a rabbit. I've never quite sure what that is. It probably is a lamb.
And I think there's a dagger above it.
I don't know why there would be kind of like a cross dagger. There's a cross in every stained glass window, by the way. So a lot of lambs too.
Might be an allusion to the old temple sacrifices because there's a dagger and the lamb seems to be on a bit of a platform, an altar.
Yeah, right. What would be that cookie thing?
It might be in the old temple in the Holy of Holies. There was the showbread that was kept there. It was 12 stacks or 12 loaves of bread placed in front of the Holy of Holies, and it was said to bear the face of God, being so close to the people.
Oh. Okay, and as we keep walking, then the next window has more of those cookies or showbread, and also looks like the tree from the garden, right? There's a big red dot.
Right, it must be the apple.
Okay, the third window, and by the way, all the tall windows are Eucharistic. So you have the sacramental windows on the side. There's 5 of them on the side on the Tui Avenue. Baptism is in the back where the old baptistry used to be, and then the seventh sacrament, all the windows are the Eucharist. So anyways, now we have the lamb, right? A giant chalice with a host above it.
So this would be the lamb, the resurrected lamb, because it has a banner and a cross and right in front of it too, symbol of Christ from the book of Revelations.
And then is that like a pitchfork or is that a dove coming down from?
That's a great question. Underneath the lamb?
Yeah, or like a tuning fork. Well, whatever that is, then below that is definitely another bird.
Yes.
That would be a vulture?
I believe a dove. I think it's the dove with the olive branch, symbolizing going back to Noah.
There you go. Gosh, you're so smart, Deacon Hank. I thought that was a vulture for sure. No, it's a dove. Okay, the next window doesn't have any animals, but it has a lot of flowers. Flowers at the bottom. There's a lot of pretty flowers in the windows. These would be, what would those? You're kind of a
the
flower
garden,
expert.
Another thing that was big in both the Old Testament temple and in our liturgy too is that the liturgy is the reordering of creation back to Christ. So there's a lot of images of flowers, nature, pretty much like the Garden of Eden being made present again here. So that might be why there's all this reference to nature.
They look like tulips, I think, and then the line, he abides in me and I in him. And then the keys, there's a stole for what the priest wears when he does confession. That looks like, is that a bird going into a chalice or a pterodactyl or something?
2 pterodactyls going into the chalice.
Do 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 do. That's a Jurassic Park theme. Okay, more flowers in this one. Looks kind of like a wreath of I don't know, what would be those flowers at the top there?
It's a good question.
Like a garland kind of thing. I don't know. More flowers, crosses, stars. Okay, so now we're looking at the 5 windows in the choir loft. So you've got a beautiful music window, which is my favorite. Harps, and it kind of looks like a bird, in the sky. And then, of course, you got Saint Juliana right in the center. She's pointing the Eucharist on her chest. Then to the right, to the left of Saint Juliana, you got more cookies and flowers, and then to the right is some roses and 2 more animals.
Doves, maybe descending birds.
Yeah, definitely Holy Spirit. They're kind of coming down, like shooting down into the water, the way those like seagulls, will dive bomb into the sea to go fishing. And there's 2, which I kind of like too. I always think about that as baptism and confirmation, 2 movements of the Holy Spirit. Okay, and then now we're looking at the windows on the top above the Stations of the Cross, back along the Tui side. Now you have a triangle for
Trinity.
More flowers, and are those birds too?
Origami birds.
Origami. Deacon Hank loves to do origami before he goes to bed at night. And it says, let us list. He does. I just made that up. Let us go to the mountain of the Lord. Okay, next window. No animals, but more crosses, flowers, candles. Oh yeah, right.
Looks like the Jerusalem cross.
The Jerusalem cross, the big center cross with 4 little crosses in the wings. Little crown there, right? Okay, now we got some more of the 3rd window as we're walking back towards the altar. Has some more animals, some creatures. Looks like a little muskrat. And I always laugh what this thing is. What do you think that is?
Which one?
Like that penguin type thing?
Yes.
Yeah. It's got like a beak and it's kind of looking up.
Are those just more ornate flowers or wings? On the side, the wings seem to be more pronounced, like the feathers.
There's definitely birds, all right, and then there's another dove kind of dive bombing. But then, that little like penguin prairie dog type thing.
Yeah.
I wish it was a prairie dog. And then the other windows, okay, you have some wheat for the Eucharist. The hands got some oil dripping down, right? That's got to be orders, ordination, monstrance type thing at the top, right? Chalice, and then the last window.
It's interesting that chalice in this one has a droplet of wine and water going in.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I never really noticed that.
Yeah, and it has it in the right order too. First, the deacon or priest would pour in the wine, and then the water following.
Okay, and then the last window above, nearest the tabernacle now, has, okay, you want to...
Interesting.
Fishies.
Oh yeah.
Some trout, there. maybe some walleye.
Yeah, on the very top it seems.
Ooh, I had walleye the other day.
Oh, that didn't go so well for you.
Because it was like 6 days old. Felt that one. We shouldn't be saying this in the church. Okay. Let's wrap it up though. So walleye are there. We got the altar and a crozier, which the bishop carries, some crosses. Any last comments about the windows in general? This one or?
Well, the cross on top seems to have 3 horizontal bars. It might be evocative of the Trinity.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Very cool.
Interesting.
So there's a lot going on in our windows here at St. Juliana. Hopefully you'll be able to see them in person one day. Thanks for the tour with us. God bless.
Peace.